Hey everybody, it's Obtuse Lolcat back with more Let's Play Dark Souls. Last time we finished off the Painted World, and this time we're going to make some good progress in Anor Londo. So, first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to that Dark Moon Tomb bonfire that I showed you a couple episodes ago. I'm not sure if that bridge, the rotating place in the center, if that stays where we left it, if it stays down. If it does, then unfortunately I'm going to have to go through all those rafters again in the painting hall. But if it doesn't, then it won't be that hard. But either way, I'm going to do it off screen. So I will see you guys in the Dark Moon Tomb and be right back. Alright, we're here, back at the Dark Moon Tomb. And while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and reverse hollowing, not for any particular reason right now other than to kindle the bonfire. Since I just want to be safe, you know. Having 10 flasks can't hurt. And after that, I'll see if I can level up a little bit. Not quite. But, actually, why not? Let's use one of those mini soul items that we picked up in the Painted World. And I'm going to invest in a little bit of endurance, because as you can see, mine is only 8. And that's not so good. I don't have that much stamina. Basically, endurance increases your stamina, and also increases your equipment load, so you can wear tons more armor if you have high stamina. So I'm gonna keep on using a bunch of soul items here, and there we go. We got 32,000 souls. I've still got 1 large soul of a proud knight left, 4 souls of a brave warrior left, and that is enough for me to get 2 levels. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my endurance up to 10, which is not too good, not too bad either, but it's not particularly good. Although, you know, I'm a sorcerer. I don't need that much endurance, but it's good to have. Just all the stamina you can get will help you. I'm not sure why I tried to move that. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to the sort of the Great Hall, the main area of Anor Londo, and see what's going on up there. These are some huge stairs. I guess giants live here. I mean, I know they do. Saw those giant sentinels. So let's push that little lever there. Let's see if we can beat it up there. Run! I like to do this. And almost. I think I've actually gotten up there before the elevator did before. Be wary of statue, is that what that said? Okay, that's kind of weird. And yeah, I am human for this part, and I am still in online mode, so in all likelihood I will be invaded. But whatever, I'm prepared for that. Maybe I'll win. If I don't, that's fine. I'll just stay hollow and not risk being invaded again. But for these guys, I probably could have just taken them out with 1 soul spear, but I don't know, I kind of want to save those just in case. So I'm just going to melee them. Just kite them with my great shield and swing around for the hole. Ow! Oh. There we go. There we go. Those guys can be a little bit annoying sometimes. His friend kind of noticed me. I don't know. Try to give this one a soul spear. Why can't I lock onto you? That's really annoying. Just in time. 756 damage. Not bad at all. Oh, these massive doors, though, that they were guarding, they're closed. So we're gonna have to take the back route, unfortunately. It's kinda hard. If you don't know what you're doing, this part can be quite difficult. And I don't want to bother with these guys. Just getting up nitty-gritty and meleeing them. So I'll just sit back. Have a great heavy soul arrow. Yeah. And you have a great heavy soul arrow. Yeah. And his friends over here have a great heavy soul arrow. Sure. There you go, just for you. Alright. So that takes care of that situation. But here in this part, I can use my bow to illustrate an ambush that's coming up. Where is my bow? There it is, longbow. And okay. I got some arrows. I'll be fine. So, click! Oh, look, enemies. They are drawn by the sound of my arrows. I guess I'll just head on down there and take him out. Homing soul mass. That'll help. Lightning. Okay. Okay. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Let's just get another homing soul mass up in here. There you go. Okay, so that part's not that hard, but this part can give you quite a bit of trouble, especially if you're new. Because see, those guys are shooting arrows at me. And those arrows are not normal arrows. As you can see, they're roughly the size of a forearm. They're basically giant lances, more than arrows. So there's a couple ways that you can approach this part. Basically what's going to happen is I'm going to have to run up two of those narrow little walkways that are leading up to those knights, and then I'm going to have to go around the side of the building, past the one on the right, in order to progress, which is very difficult, because if you get hit by those arrows, you get knocked back pretty far. So, I have a few ways of approaching this situation. The first one is the more quote-unquote legit way. It involves getting a decent shield. I guess I'll use my Balder shield. Just run up there, go up to the knight on the right, dodge his arrows, and parry him, because they're pretty easy to parry. So I'm going to try that first, but if that doesn't work, then I can use these poison arrows that I picked up way, way long ago. Remember that? I think it was like one of the very first episodes. If it comes to that, I can use poison arrows, hit him from here, and just let the poison damage take him out, which is kind of cheap, but it works, and sometimes that's what you need. So, let's try the quote-unquote legit way. Here we go. Basically, just sprint, and they won't hit you. They can occasionally make it through those little things on the side of the walkway, but generally I find that they don't. So, after that, head around this side. You don't have to be moving that fast in order for them to miss you, just keep moving, never stop moving. So let's head on up here. And roll through that arrow. And he takes out his sword. I failed at parrying it. Got that one, nice! There we go. Alright, good, I didn't have to rely on my semi-cheap tactics. That is the way that, in my opinion, it should be done. Hold on a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I got sort of interrupted there. But if you do that, you can drop on down here and go through a fog wall, and we are pretty close to our next bonfire. And for the time being, I'm just going to keep this Balder shield equipped, because, well, the Silver Knights that you find here, they're pretty easy to parry, and I'm going to be using that to take out a few of them. Whoa, look at the summon signs. Oh, this guy's dressed up like the Iron Golem. Interesting. But here we have a bonfire and also Knight Solaire. Hey, Knight Solaire. How's it going? So, is there anything I want to do here? I don't think I need Remedy anymore. I'll give myself, I'll give myself fall control. Why not? You never know when you might need to take a fall. And let's talk to Knight Solaire.
Oh, there you are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there?
Smooth summoning,
Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you.
Of course. I'll be looking for your assistance with this upcoming boss fight, Knight Solaire.
You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you?
Well,
if
yeah.
I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me.
Whoa. Slow down there, Knight Solaire. Okay. That little line of dialogue there is sort of open to interpretation. But, make of that what you will. Let's just move on. If you head on over here, you find another door to open. And inside is, of course, Silver Knight. The spear ones are slightly harder to parry because the timing on their attacks is a little erratic, but of course you can always just swing around for the backstab like me. That works too. Let's pop a flask here. He's guarding a chest. That is not a mimic. Notice the curve chain. We got a sunlight medal, or 3 sunlight medals. Cool. Those are used to rank up in the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant, the covenant that I think it was started by Knight Solaire, actually. Let's get a parry in on this guy. If I'm not the best at parrying, it's, well, it's at least partially because my TV has a little bit of lag on it. It's one of those big HD TVs, and it's got about 1/4 of a second of lag, and that actually does make a difference for as far as parrying goes. So for me, instead of parrying as soon as they start to swing their weapon, I have to parry 1/4 of a second before they start to swing their weapon. So that's kind of difficult, but whatever, I can still pull it off on the Silver Knights. And it also may be because of my skill level, but that's open to interpretation. But here we have, well, this is actually the secret stash of Havel, Bishop Havel the Rock. Remember that guy that we killed? Yeah, this is his secret stash over here in Anor Londo. And this one is a mimic. 802, look at that. That is nice. Wow. But inside here we find an occult club. Now, why would an occult club be in the stash of Havel the Rock? Some people say that it's because he was planning some sort of like uprising against the gods. Because, you know, occult weapons do extra damage against divinity. And this is, you know, the city of the gods. So, I don't know, there's nothing concrete said about that at all in the game, but, you know, the lore in this game is mostly based on theories that the community comes up with, which I like. It's cool. But yeah, we picked up some pieces of Havel's armor, and his great shield, and his weapon, the Dragon Tooth. And of course, most of that I will not be using. Havel's great shield requires 50 strength. No way. Never gonna get that. I have never had 50 strength on any of my builds, ever. That's just, to me, that's a waste, because in this game, there's something called diminishing returns, which is basically, after about 45, the benefits from leveling up any skill start to diminish greatly. So, yeah, I'll get my intelligence to 50, but most skills I don't recommend getting past 45. Especially strength. But there's also the Dragon Tooth, which requires 40 strength, which I also won't be using, but has 999 durability, which is pretty cool. It never breaks. And it gives you resistance since it's a dragon weapon. The dragon weapons have enchantments. But if I can... oh, I can't. Well, eventually I'll get enough endurance to wear Havel's gauntlets along with the rest of my outfit, but right now I can't, so... Well, I'll do that eventually. So let's just move on. Does not open from this side. Okay. Let's just head on up this staircase here. Another winding spiral staircase. And actually, if you want, you can skip a whole bunch of stuff, jump off the railing here, and just go there. But I'm not going to do that, because you miss stuff, and... Well, I'm not speedrunning or anything. I'm trying to show everything. And as you can see from this chain... Or from the chain, this is also a mimic. So, let's take him out. Yep. Mimics don't give me quite as much trouble anymore as the one in Sen's Fortress did. So, ooh, another chest. With a message in front of it. Trap. Yeah, actually this one is a trap also. It's a mimic. I'm not sure why, but mimics are only found in Anor Londo and Sen's Fortress. I guess maybe the gods created them, because Anor Londo and Sen's Fortress are places created by the gods. So, I don't know, I guess the gods enjoy trapping treasure hunters. I don't know. Oh, hello, Silver Knight. How are you? Let's circle around for the backstab here. Excuse me, sir. There we go. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? If I can, I'd like to get a Silver Knight shield drop from these guys, because that is a great shield. I think if you upgrade it, which, well, it upgrades with Twinkling Titanite. If you upgrade it to +5, the max upgrade for Twinkling Titanite upgrades, then it is the best, well, that's an opinion, but in my opinion, it's the best medium shield in the game. And, no matter what your opinion is, it's still a pretty darn good shield. I think it's got the highest stability of any medium shield in the game. So that's pretty nice. I will be going for that. We got a painting here. Ooh, who's that? Nice. I don't know what that is. I have no idea who that is, but he has a nice mustache. I don't know who any of these people are, except for that first one. I know who she is. We'll see her eventually. And over here we have kind of a trap, which, wow, I guess I wasn't prepared for. Another Silver Knight, just waiting right behind the corner. Yep, that might get you the first time you're playing. Let's head on up here. And over here we have more Silver Knights. If you get too close to that one over on the far side, partial parry, to that one over on the far side, he'll start shooting his Dragon Slayer great bow at you. Then remember the massive bow that shoots basically lances. So gorgeous. So don't get too close to him while you're fighting that other knight. And that is where we want to head, but not quite yet. There's actually one of my friends is down here, and I want to pay him a visit. Oh, but you guys are gonna have to wait until next time to figure out who that friend is, because this episode, well, I kind of made a mistake and recorded really, really long again. The episode ended up being over 30 minutes once again, and I know a lot of people don't want to spend that much time watching these. So I'm going to cut the episode here, and you guys will figure out who my special friend is next time. This has been Obtuse Lolcat. Thank you guys so much for watching.